Brandon and I have been together for 6 years now. We've been married 2 of those years. We lived around the corner from each other our whole lives, had no idea, and went to school together. We even had a class together, had no idea who he was. I was doing an EMT class. I'm a nurse, and so I was just trying to get into the medical things and wanted to see what emergency medicine would be like. And so I had to do a ride along at the fire station, and Brandon was a volunteer at the time, and he came in his uniform, and I just thought, wow, that's a really cute kid. And so after that, then it was wonderful. He was so adorable.
I've been a firefighter for 7 years now, 5 with the city of Wichita.
And what made you want to become a firefighter?
My father was a fireman for 23 years, and so I wanted to follow in his footsteps. He was my hero growing up.
He's a member of our SWAT team, which is a team, it's a medics team basically. He's a paramedic.
So we got the call, seemed like it was early morning, was reported for a house fire. Crews arrived on scene, Station 10 stretched their line pretty quick. Got in the front door, Firefighter Good and Firefighter Clark made a grab right inside the front door of one victim. They pulled him out to the front lawn. By the time we got there, the first victim was already starting to come around, was able to talk. I overheard the conversation between the firefighter and the victim that there was still somebody else in the house. Went and told my lieutenant that we're going to make entry, reports of one subject in the basement. So as we made entry into the house, the smoke was probably chest level. So at that time I made my way through the kitchen, made my way down to a landing, and then down the steps. I made contact with the victim on the ground. I got on the radio and advised I'd found one victim. So I advised them I was coming up, made it to the top of the stairs. We dragged him out to the back of the yard and passed him on to EMS, where he, at the time, had a very strong pulse, so that was encouraging.
Brandon, being familiar with the type of the year the house was built, the layout of the house, he kind of figured out where the door was to the stairway. He started down the stairs, and when he did, he encountered the second subject that was in the house. And he was able to actually pick that male up himself and carry him up the stairs and outside.
I was off that day, and he had come home that morning, and we were sitting down, I believe, to have breakfast. And he was like, so I had my first save last night. And I was like, what? That's amazing. So he just kind of walked me through it. And I said, so you guys, and he was like, no, it was just me. And I was like, so you carried him out by yourself? And he was like, well, yeah. He's very humble, and I admire that about him too. I'm just so proud of him.
We train on situations like this multiple times a year, and so what it really came down to was muscle memory, just like in training, just like we practiced it. So it just shows that putting in the time and always learning and getting better at your job is effective, and it makes you successful in the end. So the family came to Station 10, which would be the house that responded first to the incident, and told them that the first guy that was pulled out is doing well. The second victim out was on a ventilator. Not so much the burn factor, but sitting in the stairs, or laying in the stairs and taking in all that smoke really did the most damage. And unfortunately, he succumbed to his injuries 2.5, 3 days later. It was a humbling experience, for sure. Firefighters, police officers, we don't like to be called heroes just because we'll tell you it's just doing our job. But at the end of the day, that it's hard to be called a hero.